Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's edition of Beyond the Ordinary Show. And you all are in for a treat. If you know Karen Wecker and her guide, my God, it's the love that I have for Karen and her for He-rith, separately and together, is profound. And it happens almost every time for me. I know it happens a lot for people who have watched and have participated on calls. It's tears will just come up, emotional release will just come up. Such profound wisdom comes through. You will feel held, you will feel at home, you'll feel expanded. And that's me saying, not Karen. I think Karen's a little more humble about what she shares and what He-rith shares. Well, maybe not what He-rith shares. It's pretty powerful. But it's gonna be an amazing call. Today, the topic is cultivating resiliency, but there's more information that came through that is so on point as to where we are now that Karen was sharing with me before the call. That I'm really happy that we get to share that with you here in the BTO community. So you all hang back, soak in the love and the wisdom that is going to come through this call. We'll open up the platform for Q&A, most likely. Again, we're going to roll and type your questions into the Q&A box, into the chat, and we'll try to get through as many questions as possible as well. And April, put the link for the special offer in the chat box, please. Y'all can check that out to go deeper with He-rith if you already know that no matter what you're going in. I know it's already a lot of y'all. And with that, let me tell you a little bit more about Karen and He-rith. So He-rith, channeled by Karen Wecker, is an interdimensional shaman, an elder and a healer, a messenger of indigenous wisdom. He-rith speaks and sings in a loving and powerful light language. He-rith facilitates vibrational shifts, healings, elevations in consciousness, and heart openings. Karen uses her intuition to translate He-rith's messages, and He-rith uses Karen's voice to deliver energetic transmissions of wisdom, harmony, joy, and unconditional love. And with that, Karen, welcome to tonight's call. I'm so happy that y'all are here today.
Thank you, John. Thank you again. It's an honor to be on your show. Beautiful people I've met through your show. Yes, so thank you for that. For those who are new, I'll give you a little hint on He-rith. And the way he spells his name is Girez, but it's pronounced in English, at least, as He-rith. And he sings, like John said, he speaks and sings in a light language. Now, light language bypasses mental. However, I've learned to translate for him, and it's a running translation. It's a back and forth. It's pretty continuous. You may even hear him saying the same phrase while I'm saying something different. I do my best to translate it, and of course it's coming through my lens and also through the language I know from studying different practices. So the thing is, when he sings, I don't translate that. What the light language does is it's energy information. So it's going to affect on a lot of different levels. So there's much more going on than my translation, but the translation gives the mind something to hang on to. And there's some fun wisdom and practices that come through, and he can be kind of funny. Very funny. The other thing, like John said, once he comes through, which will be any moment, hold back. You may want to have a handkerchief if you release energy through tears. Don't worry about it. Some people will cry the whole call. That's okay. It's a big heart opening. It's a release. He moves energy very quickly. So anybody who's been on our group calls where he does Q&A, well, any call, he's moving energy, or in a private session, he moves energy very quickly. So that's a beautiful thing. That said, he also brings people into a shamanic state very quickly, and he often does his journeys very quickly. So if you are energy sensitive or what you may call have strong energetic senses. So it's not a negative, it's just, but you may not want to be driving when he starts in on a shamanic journey, or even on the replay. The energies come in through the replay. I am not a trance channeler, but I am in such a state, I miss most of the stuff until I listen to the replay. So the other thing I wanted to say, it's important to me. You're going to hear, like, again, it's my translation through my lens. And if I'm really off, he'll correct me, or I use a word he doesn't like. But for the most part, please, always with all teachers, listen to your heart. If it's true to you, don't just buy in because it's someone who's not in a body talking to you, right? So, or if it's someone in a body talking to you, look and see, oh, is that true for me in my life now? So that's just really important for me. So also, what I tend to do is look at what's happening in my human life, or what I'm seeing in friends or clients. And in that sense, there's usually patterns going on, usually for all three of those groups, me, friends, and clients. But right now, I'll hand him a topic to base that on. So the cultivating resiliency came through as something that would be very helpful for people right now. There, you can feel the energy coming in. That's sweet. So he creates a very safe space, by the way. So that's part of it. But I've seen some people go through a really rough 2023, and it hasn't resolved yet. It's still resolving this year, right? Because our calendar timeline is not exactly, okay, everything starts new this date, right? So that's what it's like, okay, most important to us as our world is changing so fast is, how do we cultivate resiliency? So that is the question I gave to He-rith. Those of you who know, he kind of takes over, so he may let John talk sometime, or ask. But he sets up a ceremonial space and usually does a little bit of talking, and then you can feel the energy building as he speaks, and then he'll do a journey usually. And sometimes I give him a topic and he goes elsewhere. So that's up to him. So with that, okay, he's coming in now. So thank you. Apakoya to isuna koi ia. Hamakoya tana kesono kopaya tania. Ia tana kaya. Amakoi sono kia tania na kopaya. Amokopaya sono koa. Amokia tono, sweet ones. Yes, sono koa. I'm here. Amokopaya sono koa here. Amakia tono kopaya. And I come to you in love. Imoko. Yes, sono koa. Imikia tono koa taya. Yes, sono koa. Amokoa paya. You speak often, Yesonokoa. This is just introduction. Iaponokoa. You speak often of Amokia, the need for divine feminine. Yes, Iaponokoa. Which means Amokia tono. You need divine masculine now too. Iaponokoa. You have been in the shadow Amokia, both for too long. Imikia tonokoa. Yesonokoa. Imako payasonokoa. Imikieton, the masculine having power over Amokia to stay safe. Amokupaya, the female being victim to stay safe. Amokietono. So now it is time, Amokia, and it doesn't matter gender, whatever role you're playing. Imikietono kopaya sonokoa. To come into a new balance. Yesonokoa. Imikietono kopano kupayetono. So I bring in Amokupayetono. The loving energy of the divine masculine. So some will see me as grandfather, but the loving grandfather, the one that protects and honors all, which would be that protects all, and honors all. So then you become Amokia, the protector of this earth, and honor her. and each other. Okay, okay, enough introductions. You can feel who I am. So let us see create a sacred space now. Together. But it is important before walking into this ceremonial space that you release those energies that are not yours. Imikia, the energy and noise of the collective no, have no place here. I want you here, not the noise. Yes. So we do a clearing, on the inhale, call yourself, your vibration, into your body now. You can put your hand on your heart, you can tap. We remove any energies that have no place here right now. I want you to see from that heart space your light. Growing each breath through your body, and outward. There you go. Clearing your field, your body, and your energy fields, rippling out. Imikia tonokopai sonokopaya tonokoa. Ietonokoa. Ietonokoa. Do you experience that stillness? Imikia, try again. Ai, ai, ai. Amakoyetai. There. Amokopaya. The stillness under everything. Amokua. As it comes into formation over and over again. Imikia tono. Good. So you can take off your burden right now and come into sacred space with me. Sweet ones, it is no accident that you came in to be participate in this world as a human, that species, at this time. At this time where there is much chaos, as different energies need to move out of the way for something new to exist. That means many of you experience there are very sweet energies coming in now. We'll play with that. They're already coming in now. But these higher, what you call higher, maybe you would call more intense energies, put pressure on what was. And that causes things to unfold or break apart. Whether that is a collective, society, economic systems, or personal lives. Some of you are having old traumas come up that you thought were healed, or oh, that is in me too. It is an invitation for healing, to use that pain to break free from the programming that has been here for millenniums to keep you under control, to control your dream, your perception of life. So amokia, it takes courage to make the choice. Iaponokopaya, to break free. Amokopaya, to heal. Iasonokua. Amokopaya, to amokua, release the patterns of amokia, unworthiness and shame and guilt. They do not serve you. Amokupaya. They serve the victim. Amokietono consciousness. Yes, they keep you there. That is not healing. Imikietono. Amokupaya. Ietono. There you go. You can let it go. Amokiesokwa. Amokietono. So let's talk about resiliency. Amokietono. For amokietono sonokupaya, it is very important now. Oh, some amokia are joining the circle. Amokia, more can join the circle. Just leave your day behind. Come in. Amokia, it's okay. There you are. So resiliency. Amokupaetono. Imikia does not mean not getting amokua, knocked down by life. It means getting back up. Amokia, when you get knocked down. And resiliency would be amokietono, that ability to amokupaya, come back up more and more times, iasono, with more ease. Ibikietono. But then you need to know where you're coming back to. Iasonoko. So amokuya, with things happening so quickly, iatonoko, it's best to have simple practices, simple things, amokopayatonoko, that you can come back to. Iatonokopaya. Ietonokoya. Imakopaya sono. Amokupaya. I teach most my practices ietono around two topics. Coming into presence, iesonokoa, this moment, amokoya, and coming into connection, ieponokoa. Amokia, both are true. This moment is happening. Amokietono. Iesono, though your mental brain, amokia, thinking patterns, amokia, tends not to encourage that. You usually come later to life to that concept and go, how do I do that? Living in the past in fear or worry, all to be safe, amokia. But we need to activate other parts of the brain, to come into this moment. Connection always is, but you've been forgotten that. For most cultures here on earth, have forgotten amokia, that you are part of everything. What you call the web of life. The body is here and now. So it is a tool for returning to this moment. When you are in this moment, when you are in the body, your energy field is in the body. When you are grounded to the earth, and that huge energy field, then you experience your power. Then you have more room for choice, amokia, to move into conscious choice, amokuya, rather than reaction or unconscious choice, just living the pattern, amokia, over and over. Amokia, you understand. So use the body, amokia, as your first refuge, amokia, for resiliency. Practice coming back to the body. Maybe it's apoya. What do I hear right now? Amo. What do I see? Amokoya. Amokia. That awareness, amokia, of your physical senses. Imikia, a few times a day, many times a day. So that when amokupaya tono, that strong wind comes, or that big wave, amokia tono, that knocks you down, amokia tono, back to the body. Amokia sono. What do I hear? Amokia. What do I see? What do I feel? Iaponokoa. Iatonoko sono. And you, Amokia, have this nervous system reading all these energies all the time. Amokia tono. You can soothe it. Amokupaya. Maybe you just need to pat. Oh, here's my body. Imikia tono. Iatono. It is here and now. Amokupaya sono. For those who have experienced amakosonokoa traumas, iasonokoa, they sometimes leave the body. Iatonokoa. There's so much amokia tono information now to help you. Amokia in that case, to relieve the nervous system, to let you come back in. I promise amokia tonokoa, when you're back in your body, iatonokoa, the nervous system feels better. Amokoa. So there's all this information, amokia, from your science now. Imikia tono. And there is amokia, shamanic techniques. Iasonokoa. Imikia, one, opukupaya, is sound healing. Iatonokupaya. Entrainment, iatono, meaning, here, let me send you this amokia energy wave, this band of energy, and you come to it and match it. Iasoyatoya, amokoya, omoya, iasonaya, imikia tono. Many times amokia tono. With amokia tonokoa, people, I do soul retrievals. Amokia, to bring you back to here and now. Imikia tono. It is also important to amokupaya tono. Have a technique to ground amokia. We'll do one together now. Iatonokoa. I want you to take amokia, your breath too. Amokia. As long as you're alive, you're breathing. You can always come back to a breath. But I want you to take a breath in. Amokupaya. And on the out, amokia tonokoa, a long exhale. I want you to feel it go down your body. Again, inhale, amokia sonokia. Let it go further down. You could feel it going down your spine. Amokui. Inhale. Imiki. Let it go all the way down your legs. Yasonokwa. If you need to, you can rub your knees or rub your thighs. Amokui. Let your breath bring you down into the earth. Amoko payatono. Good. Yasonokwa. You can do that in 2 or 3 breaths. Yasono. Amokuya. Don't wait, amokia, for these practices. Amokia. Oh, my life is falling apart. Iasonokuapaya. To perhaps start them. No. Start them now. Amokia tono. Iaponokua. So they are easy amokua to turn to. This is what I do when I'm stressed. Amokia tono. This is what I do. Amokia, when I get bad news. This is what I do when amokupaya. My heart is broken for what is happening in my world. Iatonoko. Amokoa, good. Now, bring that deeper into the earth. Amokopaya, like you are dropping roots of your energy field. Amoko mayanakoa, deep into the earth. Good. Imikaya tonokoa. Imikia tonokoa. Yasonokoa. Good. Amokoya. So you entrain to her wavelength. Maybe just as we are now, Amokupaya. I want you to feel her heartbeat. Amokupaya. So her energy is coming back to your heart. Amokia. Amokia, all the way to the head. Keep them all together, all one body. Amokia. Yasono. Good. Iatonoko. Iatonoko. Do you see how you've expanded now? Iatonoko pasonoko. The information Yasunoko I gave to this one Karen Amokia today, Amoko Sonoko, Iatonoko Paeta Yasono, is around the differences Amokia Tonoko in some of your verbiage, Yasono, around disassociation, Iaponoko Paya, and expansion, Iatonoko. In trauma, Amokia Tonoko, first let's talk expansion. Imikiatono. because you have put so much priority on the thinking brain, it can make things very tight, especially if you are focused in that region that creates everything from fear. To stay safe, that's nice, trying to stay safe, but it's tiring. If you stay there, so you may feel like, oh, I'm very tight. Being expanded would be like opening the hand. This is still a hand. This is the expanded hand. In certain cases when biochemistry doesn't work well or trauma, our energy, body, and awareness goes elsewhere. So we don't even feel the hand. It's still here, but there's been a separation. In your expansion, it just opens your energy body beyond just this thinking, spin of the mind, to incorporate, oh, my awareness, is aware of my whole body, and the room, and you can expand beyond, yes, bit by bit, you've heard those routines, awareness, of the building you're in, or the city or village, the country, the hemisphere, the earth, beyond. But you are at the center in your body, of that expansion. So then you can come back to the body. Many of you have spiritual practices, and some of you are advanced in traveling elsewhere. Oh, this planet over there in that star system, everything is very lovely there. I know, I live on one. But you chose to be here. So if you have those big openings in meditation or spontaneously, you can bring those energies back to here. For you chose to be here. So that you can bridge those energies. If when things get hard, you go out there, and don't come back. You can't take the actions needed to take care of your well-being or the well-being of others. I'm calling it amokia, not spiritual bypass. That's a little piece of it. But spiritual escape. If you need a break, yes, meditate. But if you find you're living there and never coming back to the body, you are fragmenting. You are becoming partial. Even watch your language. Oh, my soul, my human, they are not separate. Just as the hand, we'll say as the human, is not separate from the body. This way too. I talk of this because in some cases it will be tempting just to leave. And not have the experience of being a human. What the expansion teaches us, that connection to soul and being, is that this is an experience. It is not everything. It is an experience, and you will miss the intention, of having that experience, if you're not here. Okay, we're going to do another exercise. I know, lots of talking tonight, huh? Oh, one more example. Amakia, you have different amakia tonokwa definitions of a shaman. Ia tonokwa. For me, it's just somebody who knows how to move energy. Ia tono, who understands interconnection of energy. Ia sonokwa, who understands oneness. Ia sonokwa. Amokua, another definition is amokia. She or he who has a foot in both worlds. Ia tonokwa, this physical world and the spirit world. And they go into the spirit world, amokia tono, to get information for their people. Imikia, for themselves and their people. It does no good to stay in the spirit world, amokuya tono. To give information, you have to come back. Amokia tono ko, itono ko sono. Itono ko paya. Yesono. Good. You are being asked now, amokupaya. We'll do a little journey around this, but first let's get really present. Imikia, here's another amokoa mantra. Ia ponokia tonokopaya, tonoko sonokopaya. Amokia, that this one Karen got from someone else, sonokoa, but it works well. Sono, so I use it, and amokia. Imikia, and give it a little amokia. Empowerment. Sonokopaya, tonoko. Imikia, another way to come to the moment. Sono. Amokua, we'll do it together. Yes or no, and then we'll talk a little more about it and do it again. Yep, I got some of you stirred up. Amokia, gonna have to be really honest with yourself now. Amokia, about what you're doing with your spiritual practices. Yes, are you using them against you? Amokia tono. It's just a secondary judge voice. Amokia. Are you using them to escape? Amokia tono, your experience. I know that can be hard. Imikia tono. Amokupaya. You can find escapes. Come to meditation, amokua, to take a break, or sing or dance or chant amokia. But be conscious that that's what you're doing. And then come back with more amokia, resiliency and fortitude to take action. Imakia. Okay, back to the mantra. Yesonokopaya. My body, you can say this in your head or out loud. My body, my mind, my spirit, in this place, at this moment, now, hiata. My body, my mind, my spirit, in this location, on this land, in this time, in this moment, now. Are you feeling yourself land a little bit? There is great power in now. There is great forgiveness in now, because you see, my mind is thinking about something that's not here now. And it creates an expansion which is not leaving, but is centered here. And you can feel your vibration, your being, coming into your body, and your field, without the disrupting vibrations of others in your collective. With that sense of presence in you, this is your life. Claim it. This is your experience. No one else. even under the same environment, same situations, will have the complete input that you have into who you are now. This is your experience. It's unique. Isn't that amazing? Billions of billions and billions of light beings in many forms having their own unique experience. It is a beautiful symphony. And perhaps this lifetime is just one note in your song, in your melody, your harmony. You're part of the symphony. But without that note, the symphony would not be the same. Good. Oh, good. Maybe we not journey, but everybody's feeling pretty open. Let's bring some of the loving energies that are here too now. Not all is chaos. Your news, yes, it yaks a lot. Your social media, it wants you to buy a lot. Careful. Yes, it all goes in here. Remember, this is your place of wisdom. So let's bring in some vibrations now. To do a little more clearing. Oh, sweet ones, I am not here to tell you how to be better than what you are. You're fine in my eyes. I bring you ideas to make it easier. Out of love. Try this. See if that makes your experience in this human lifetime easier. See if I remove some of those controlling programs, layer by layer of unworthiness. If then you can see through a different lens of delight and joy, and pain. It's okay. It's all part of the experience. Yes or no. Some parts we like better or more than others. Yes or no. There you go. Open up. Let these vibrations come through now. Call in your guides, your angels, your helpful guides, benevolent ones. To just let this come in, and relax, your whole body, and see it relax, opening up, the DNA within you, so it starts to remember. And the cells start to bring in more light. Bring that down. All the way to the earth. Yes. There you go. Now, little softer energies now. You are being asked, Mokia, now Amokia Tonokwa. To heal, to be honest, Amokusono, of the patterns you've been playing in. Amokia Tonokwa. And you are not alone in this. Yes, Tonokwa. Imikia, all of you have Amokia. Mokia Tsono. Guides Amokia. Angels Amokia. Yetono. Those not in bodies to help. That does not mean that everything outside of body is Amokia. Amokia. What's your best wishes? Amokia. So ask for those guides that have your well-being. Yetonokwa. To help you connect Amokia to this beautiful world and let it support you. Yes, no, I'll be short now and and let John talk. Yes, no, but remember, under that pain, and the desire for it to not be here, is deep caring for yourself. It is not narcissistic to desire well-being for you or others. That is compassion. That is self-care. And as that opens up inside of you to your awareness, you can hold others in that same. Oh, amokia. Amokia tono. You can wish them amokia. Amokia tono. Freedom. Amokia. And peace to whatever is happening. Not by escaping, but by being in awareness here and now. Thank you. That was a lot of information. John, you have comments?
Oh, it's so wonderful to be here with you. For my first comment, thank you so much. And I have to share, He-rith, I've gone on several different types of journeys, plant medicine journeys, deep meditations into sacred sites, and I call He-rith in to be a guide for me, to be a protector. He's invited me into the tribe, if you will. And a lot of times I'll see I'm surrounded by this grandfatherly energy, this tribal energy, and the fire in the middle that comes with me. And again, that's a connection to that benevolence that I've been gifted with through sessions and the connection with Karen and He-rith, and wanted to make everyone on this call aware. He-rith, I hope I'm not overstepping, but we can call upon you, who's listening and here with open hearts, and you so beautifully appear, show up, or in resonance.
Yes, John. Yes, that's fine. Because he lives in a time where or in a place where there is no time or space. So I told a friend once, I don't know that I have a monopoly on channeling him. That never occurred to me. But yes, I've had clients going through hard times that call him in. And some just use him as part of their meditation circle.
Yeah. I wanted to thank you for that. I want to get into Q&A. If y'all want to raise your hands, we'll take live calls. I want y'all to experience maybe a little bit of the in and out, because that was such a beautiful entrainment, as you said earlier, and awareness of bringing in, and the resiliency that comes from that presence in the heart and the mind relaxing, which is a gift beyond, but it's entraining us into something else. And I want to get into that conversation in a little bit. I want to go through the special offer as well. Perhaps you want to go into a little more deeply right now, but what we're in training into, and Karen mentioned it, I've had my own experience of it in different ways, that there's this golden energy, this golden essence that's, I'll say it's proliferating in the field for many people right now.
So I felt it maybe 3 weeks ago coming in, and then I confirmed with a couple other intuitive friends. And it's like, I don't see it, but it felt golden to me. And another said, yes, it's a golden energy coming in. And it's so sweet and rich. And I'm like, oh, I'm reading about these horrors in the world or this brutality. And this is here too. It's all of it. But this is here too. So when we close down, we miss that the beauty is here too, and kindness is here too, and action to take care of those things we love, not fight against. We don't need any more fighting against. Taking that this energy is here for you. The important thing is, some of you are so identified with your unworthiness. Oh, sure, they feel a golden energy. No, all of you can. It is here for you. Imikia, choose to feel it. Choose to experience it. I choose to experience this. Imikia, every experience you have of a new vibration or a higher level of consciousness, even if it won't only last a moment, you have brought it into your awareness. Imikia tono. Amokusumokia. Yesono. And then it is there. In front of you. Yesono. Yesono kopaya tono. Yesono. Okay, John. What else? Yesono.
Before we get into questions of the audience, let's get into the special offer. April, if you would you put the link in the chat box? Beautiful. Y'all click on the link in the chat box or open up a new browser on beyondtheordinaryshow.com/Karen32, and it'll take you to that same special offer page. It's a beautiful opportunity to work with Karen, and Karen's working, I won't say on a limited basis, but she's being very particular in what she's putting out, from my understanding. And what a wonderful opportunity to entrain with this energy, to be reminded to feel that sense of home, and what that does to allow us to open up our energetic field. Karen He-rith did that for us, and my guidance lately has been more breathe in and like expand your field, open your field. It's okay. It's allow it to serve you rather than being so contracted.
Imekopa no kopa sono. He wants to talk about that a little bit. Iaponoko sono kietono. There is a difference from expansion, iatonoko, and diffusing energies. Imikietono. When you expand your energy and fill your field, iasono, and clear out others, iasono kopaya, it calms reactivity. Amokia. And amokia sono. You do not lose your ability to intuitively read what's around you when you are amokia, held in your own energy. Ietonoka sonokia. Himikietono. And then you practice being expanded amokopaya and being in activity. Being expanded, amokia, feeling your field, the room, amokopaya, and seeing amoko. I'm engaged in a thought process. Yes, amokia. Himikietono. It is very nourishing. Amokia. But ietono, this amokia. Let me feel amokia and all these energies muddying up. Amokia. We want your vibration. Iesonokia. It's like a child who's learning to play an instrument. It's not always pleasant. Until they refine down to a more amokupaya, pure vibration. Yes. Okay. Yes, Tonoko.
Thank you, Brett. Okay, y'all. Did y'all click on the special offer page? I hope that you did, because this is a great opportunity with Karen and He-rith, and the price point at $97 is so beautifully generous. I'm going to share my screen, Karen, but if you would, will you guide us through what everybody's going to receive in cultivating resiliency? And I'll take it down to the first item.
So the first item is the 2 live group calls. These are ongoing calls, but they have Q&A. So these are monthly calls. So this includes the next 2 group calls with Q&A. So very similar to this, though he doesn't always talk this much. There's usually a journey and other activations going on, but it also involves Q&A. So there's the February and March calls coming up. So
Wonderful. If someone signs up for the special offer after February 20th, will they be able to have access to another call?
Yeah, we can work that out. I can work that out. And I think there is an error. Somebody just pointed out it's February 18th, I believe, right? Is it? What is
I don't know. Let's look.
the Sunday?
Okay. Yes, Sunday would be the 18th. So we'll get that fixed on the page. Thank you for pointing that out.
Okay, that may have been my error too. So
We're 2 years ahead in the timeline.
so that's that. Usually these are on the 4th Sunday. So it's the 4th Sunday. So this would be the next 2 Q&A calls.
Okay, so it'll be February 25th, actually.
Oh, John.
The 4th Sunday. But we'll get it straightened out, y'all, and it'll be on the
Oh,
day.
that's what, yeah, it's the 4th, it's the 25th. That's what I have. Sorry, it's not the 18th, it's the 25th.
Excellent. So you get 2 live group calls with Q&A on that. And then we have the activation call. So what happens there?
So there's no Q&A on these. These are just for people who sign up for these packages. So it's just for the BTO callers. The next one is on February 20th. All of these come with a replay. I know the ones on Sunday mornings work great for Europe. I'm on the Pacific coast. The ones in the evening work great for Australia. So, these are just 30-minute activation calls. And like I said, they can be pretty powerful because he moves energy very fast. So they usually have some teaching and then an activation. So he may do a journey. Like I said, he moves energy very quickly. So these are really potent calls, and these will only be part of this package. So is that enough information, John?
Oh, that these are fantastic. And y'all, I've had several sessions with Karen and He-rith. I've received the activations and attunements here on the live calls and on replays with y'all as well. And this is a special energy for the price point of $97, and the ease that comes into my heart, the feeling again of being held in a place that truly feels like home. And He-rith brings that in so powerfully. A lot of y'all have experienced the tears just running. I do in my sessions. I typically do, unless he's just being funny the whole time, which then brings tears in a whole different way. But it's such a unique, beautiful experience. And again, to get in vibrational accord with what we have access to, rather than what we believe that we have to do to get to that place of entrainment. It doesn't have to be as hard as we've made it out to be.
Exactly. These big energies here, support you. Many of you, have been working so hard to heal. You're stuck in the identity of someone who works hard to heal. Instead of enjoy being healed. Ah, yes, that thing happened. It is part of my experience, but there's nothing emotional left in it. There's no blame. Left. Because I am this now. This is who I am. in this moment. Yes, no. Yeah, cool. It may change in the next moment, but right now in this moment, new moment, this is who I am now. I'm okay. It can be easier. The shamanic techniques move things much faster. Amokia, not saying amokia to know that other therapies are not good. But the shamanic techniques that move the energy body will be more effective than spending a long time thinking and talking about something,
I agree.
which feeds the loop and the emotions. Yes.
Here, would you say that searching for the healing, the next thing being in the constant healing mode, is that part of a subconscious plot of that escapism as well?
Everything, your thought patterns, or your behaviors, creates we'll call it a loop of energy. And so when there's two things going on. Most of you are in cultures which have a deep belief of badness, deep belief of unworthiness. So it takes a lot of self-reflection to say, why do I want to heal? Am I trying to fix myself because I'm bad? Then it's endless. Oh, I healed this trauma. Or I don't react to this. But if I don't get rid of that belief of bad, when? In your heart. You know you are good. It acts like a free will and keeps that energy spinning. So stop every once in a while and enjoy the healing. It is if light comes in, often this is confusing too. These vibrations come in, I feel great, and it washed up this gunk. So of course you want to remove the gunk. But often we stick our face in the gunk to examine it. Instead of going, okay, gunk here, more light, then flush it out. It can be easier. Or oh my goodness, I've been living with gunk. Sweet me. No, more light. Let's wash this out. Sometimes you have to deep dive, but it's not a mental process of I have gunk. Where did the gunk come? Who can I blame for this gunk? It can be what is the energy holding this? Is there an emotion which is now that didn't get expressed then? And then it's courage to dive in, feel it. Oh, good. There's more of me here now. So enjoy that. There's more of me here now. Less of me diffused into this, less of me, blaming, more of me here now, so that I can connect to what's here. Maybe it's a bird. Connect. A tree. What's here now? It's not all pain. Okay. Wow, he's really chatty tonight. Okay, we're gonna do.
Well, we appreciate it. Thank you. Should we go ahead and get into some Q&A? He has something else to say.
He thinks it's funny. Okay. Yeah, we'll do Q&A. Give him a little bit at the end and he'll do an activation, or rather a blessing, it feels like.
Yeah, wonderful. And if he wants to step in at any time, no one's going to complain. And if you do, this is part of the healing, right? All right, y'all, let's go to a little bit of Q&A. Again, y'all, the link for the special offer is in the chat box. It's $97. It's a 2-payment option. The vibrational attunements, again, that feeling space, I've carried it into multiple journeys, like I've said before. The words can't even begin to describe the feeling of a friendship, of a kinship, of family that I have, that I can call on it and I can trust for it to show up in that way. It's profound. It's profound. And I've never really done that before in that way.
Amokopa. Yeah, there's more energy coming in. Please open to feel that. It's really sweet and big. Just rest into that. Imikia tonoko sonoko. Because yesonoko, I do not see anything wrong with you.
Mm.
Imikia tonoko. Yesonoko. I accept you because I see you. Amokia tono. Knowing that in this moment, yesonoko, even if you are in pain, amokia, if you act out and cause harm to others, yesono, it is the amokupaya, results of thousands of amokia, inputs of conditioning, amokupaya, which includes your choice, amokia, and then you are at choice more and more to make different decisions, amokia, and that's who you become in that moment. That acceptance, yesono, that compassion for amokia. Look, this light being is amokia tono, having an experience as a human, amokia, and that is very difficult. Amokia tono at this stage of evolution. Yes. Imikia tono. So step into that sense. There's nothing wrong with you. Amokoya. And you are loved. Yes.
Here, what you have also shared, it's like, yes, that vibrational accord, as I'm calling it right now, but there's also in some of those journeys, and even in our sessions, where there was energies that were maybe not so benevolent, and
Amokopaya.
standing in front of it. Yes.
Isunokopaya sonokia. Many of you are opening up more and more your intuitive senses. Isunokopaya. It is amokia tonokoa to your advantage. Isunokoa. To indicate amokia tono. What amokia tono guides you want. Isunokoa. I want benevolent guides only. Isunokopaya. I want helping spirits. Isunokoa. Ietono. Ietono. So you designate Iesunokopaya. Not everyone, not in a body, Iesunokotoya, has your well-being. Iesunokoa, they have their well-being at me. Amokia, they are all at different levels of consciousness too. Iesunokoa. So clear your space. Amokia tonokoa. Some amokia tonokobaya mean no harm, but amokia tono, you didn't invite them in. Iesunokopaya tono. So amokia, no, amokia tono. In my space, in my field, in my body, Iesunokwa, loving, benevolent energies, amokietonokoa, imikietono, amokusunokya, ietonokoyesono. He's showing me, oh, okay, amokisono, I got it. Iesunokieton. Sometimes amokia, those with that opening, amokia, have a spirit come to them. Ietonokwa, we'll call it a spirit, iesunokwa, a non-incarnate, iesunokwa. Imikietono, and direct them to do something that would be harmful to this body, omokietono, or not ietonokoa, take care of this body, iesonokopaya. That is not benevolence. Ietonokoa. So question it. Iesonokoa. Imikietono. Omokopaya. Ietonokopaya sonokoa. Imikietono. Don't let them mess with you. Iesonokoya. Imikietono. Imikia, have them look at you in the eye. Yes, and ask, Amokia, what is your intention here? If it doesn't feel right, Amokia, just like when a human lies to you, Amokia, no, Amokia, you have the intelligence to fill in. So this is important. Thank you. Amokiatono, because more of you will have more and more of your amokiatono, what you call clairs, iatono open now. Iatonoko. That is part of these energies coming in. Imikietono. And why it is important you find people who understand that, imakuya, that can help you refine that, isonokoa. Amokupaetono. Help you have filters, isonokoa. Ietonokoetono. Ietonokoetono. Isonokoa. Oh, that helps someone. Ioponokoa. Good job, John. Isonokopaetono.
Yay, we get to play. Amazing. All right, let's go ahead and dive into Q&A. Let's go ahead and call on some people in the audience. I don't know why y'all are coming up as user numbers. But here we go. As long as you see your user number, when you come on, when you tell us your name. But let's go to 692 first. Welcome to the call.
Hello, thank you. My
your-
name is Rochelle.
Hey, Rochelle.
My question is there a message that I am missing or something I just need to be more crystal clear about?
Imikupoesono. Eponogietonokosonoko. Ietono. Yeah, I should have explained before the Q&A. Ietonoko. He will never tell someone what to do. Iesonokia. Amokupaetono. Ietonokisono. But he will guide you to your knowing. Iesono. For you, Amokisonokia, everyone here. Ietono. That is the beauty of a shamanic journey. Ietonokopanianakia. So anyone who has a question right now, Amokietono, about a particular thing in their life, that they're looking for guidance on. There you go. We're going to go into the heart space. Walk with me into the heart space. Imikietono. I have a beautiful flat stone. Ietonokopaya. Ietoko. With amokia. A line down the center. Imikietono. Amokopaya. You can put a choice on one side. Maybe it's the yes, do this. Epoko. Ietono. And another choice on the other side. Amokoya. And just feel. Iesonoko. Which one feels light and expansive? Iaponokoi. Even if it doesn't make sense to the mind, we're not we can put facts down the center. But what does the heart say? Just a little tool for everyone. Maybe you get, I don't know. That's okay. Keep coming back. May not be time yet. Or maybe you go, yes. Yes feels good. Amokia. Or amokia. Oh, I thought this was the right thing. But when I amokupaya, say no, amokia, things open up for me. Ietonoko. 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 Granddaughter, for you, Ietonoko sanokia. Amokupaya sono. There is still a layer of unworthiness to even hear your own guidance. We are very externally based. Makes sense. That's how you survived as a little one. And in the world, but even your guides want you to find your own amokia guidance instead of waiting for them to tell you what to do. Imikietono. Guides are there to support you. Amokia, they're their team. Amokietono. You're the team leader. Iaponokopaya. Imikia. There we go. Iasonokoya. Amokia. For you, Isunokote Isuno in the third chakra. Ietonokia. Ah, amokietono. Amokia. Breathe into that. Some of this is past life too. We're just removing that block. That web of unworthiness is I see it almost this this unworthiness pattern programming, like a web that is attached to every cell. So just gonna remove that. I am worthy of spiritual guidance. You can say that. I am worthy of my being's guidance. There, there's a little there. In the heart space. Good. It's okay, angels. Come on in, help her with this. Remove the blocks. Don't, yeah. There you go. I'm worthy of love. I'm worthy of knowing the next step. Oh, there will be some tears. That's okay. Okay. Yes. The work has led you deeper and deeper. So at this point, when you ask that and have a block, you have the ability to go deeper and find, oh, if you find the practitioner to help, that's fine. For a soul retrieval, clearing that, he's going to do it right now. Releasing that past life's influence from you. So that the information goes to your soul level, but it doesn't have to influence you. Okay. Yes, how do you feel right now?
Oof, emotional.
Yeah, anyone that says, I am worthy of this, and you feel an unworthiness, the unworthiness makes you cry, especially when you find, I learned this when I was 3. It's very sad. It's sad because it's a lie. If it were not a lie, you'd go, oh yeah, I'm unworthy. I am the only one in the world unworthy. Yes or no? So when you find those things that hurt in the heart, it's easy. I believed a lie. And look how many other people did too. 8 billion. Yes. So you can let it go. And if there's sadness, let it go. Let it out. Be present with it, knowing that, oh, I feel pain. I will be here for me. Okay. Thank you. I hope that helped others too.
Blessings too. Thank you so much for coming on. All right. User 1264. You know who you are. Let's get you to unmute and welcome.
Hi, it's Donna. Thank you so much. Actually, that was very helpful, user 692. It was very much the same thing, a similar thing I was going to ask. I want to thank you first for, I've been in a mindfulness presence practice for long years now, and I feel that unwinding of things that come up when I am fully present, and they are mostly just passing through. They lose power as soon as they come up and go. But in this session, I want to thank you for just really expanding my bubble of perception with as much light as I can hold at this moment. I feel that on a cellular level, and I've also felt that golden light you're speaking of. And it comes through for me. My profession for most of my life, I just retired, has been as a nurse, and people come to me for advice all the time. And lately, I have felt that golden light. It really stops me in my tracks, and I have to say, just give me a minute so I can interpret what's being downloaded and putting it into words. And it's such a benevolent, kind, and I can see that light in others, and I can make the words from what I'm receiving and pour it into them, and I can watch them change or hear them change, and whatever it is that I'm saying, because I forget it often right afterwards, because it's really not my business.
Imikiet.
But for myself, it's more difficult for me. I wanted to ask you, what's my next step? I know I'm opening to all of this, and I want to use it. I want to be a good steward of this energy.
Imikietono kopasonokia. Amokopayatono. Iesonokoa. It is that same unworthiness. Iesonokoa.
Yes.
Amokietonokoa. I can channel this love to others, but not to me. Amokopaya. Ietonokoa. Iesonokoa. Imikia. I know. Iesonokietonokoa. Amokopaya. Iesonokoa. Imikietono. Remember also, Yesono, and your advice, Yesono, it's still coming through your personality. You don't lose your personality. Yesono kopaya. Just sit in that light if you feel that light. Yesono kopaya. Just sit in that light. Let it love you. Amokietono. Let it find the places where you are feeling unworthy. Yesono kopaya. Of receiving guidance for yourself. Yetono koa. Yetono. That is just amokia. The brain, those thoughts, let it come into the heart. Let it speak to you through the heart. Little recalibration there. Everyone can use that. Those words. I am worthy of whatever it is you're desiring. If it's physical, ask what is the energy you are really desiring to experience. I want lots of money. What am I really asking for? Is it freedom? Is it safety? Then ask, am I worthy of freedom? And you will find in your body where you're holding on to beliefs. Look in your body. It's here and now. The emotions are there. Imikia, whatever that phrase, I am worthy of. See if there's any resistance anywhere. Amokopaya. I am worthy, amokia, of experiencing the same healing, amokia tono, that I am channeling to others. And see if anything comes up. Okay, amokia sono. We're moving faster, I think, John. Sorry, amokopaya.
Donna, thank you so much.
Thank you.
One question I have here, and Donna, I'm curious, and here, please adjust what I'm putting out. But when we receive those energies and we're so quick to be of service to others, to impart the gifts that we're receiving for ourselves and to others, what if you knew or you remembered that the gift is being given to you for you?
Yes, like I said, we're very humans have been trained to be very external, to look for validation. It's like anything I hear. Oh, I want to heal this so I can be of service. You are what you're taking care of. You can give beautiful advice to someone, or and they ignore it. When we focus here on this individual, even though I'm teaching connection to everything, because that is you, healing you, and doing that because, when this light flows through me, and I realize it affects others, it feels good to me. That's okay. You are interconnected. So do what brings you fulfillment, brings you well-being. Do not look outside for others' approval or admiration. That is what you call small self. Just know by doing or taking that into your healing, it creates your energy field. And that field affects others. Everyone in the room, because you're giving them the choice. That one's glowing with a golden light. I would like to experience that too. It is about your experience, knowing that it adds to the whole. It's that pure note that you learn to play. Which makes symphony even more beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Donna. Blessings to you. All right, y'all, before we move on, the special offer, y'all, it's going to be these attunements. It's live Q&A. All the live calls that you're going to be able to participate on. The first one beginning February 28th. Take advantage of it. Again, the link is in the chat box. April, let's type it in there again there in a second, I'm sure. There it goes, popped up. $97, 2-payment option. And all of this energy, and wow, it's what's even happening tonight is just it just blows my mind all the time. It just blows my mind all the time. So again, the link's in the chat box. And with that, Karen, He-rith said he wanted to do a process or a transmission before we ended the call.
Yes, I know there's others who have questions. We're going to do a blessing. On the whole group. I'm going to ask you, come into your heart space again. Maybe a very short journey. And we walk together into our sacred circle again. And in the center of the circle, is a large bowl. And I wish you to put down a layer of your pain into the bowl. Maybe it just appears in your hand. As a stone or a beautiful crystal. Whatever appears, just go ahead and let it down now. Into the bowl. Let one thing go of what you're not in acceptance of. It should have been different. It should be this instead of that. Just let it go as it is. This is what is actually here. Let go of the should. Good. And that opens up more room in you, to experience peace and light and love. Amakasono koya tania nia no koa. Ietana yana kaya sono koya. Iepo ia. Amakasono koya. Amoia. Isso tudo ia. Amo. Imesono kopaya daniana. Yetono kopaya. Yetono kopaya sono. Yetono. And remember, yesono kopaya. You are never alone. Yesono kopaya. And you are always. Yesono kopaya. You are always loved. Yetono. Yema kopaya.
Thank you, He-rith.
Kopaya.
Wow, so beautiful. Hello, Karen.
Hi, John. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Those energies are still coming in. So the gift would be one here as well. Always do a closing afterwards to let you soak those in. Bring them all the way down to the earth. If you're feeling those, bring them all the way down, expand, and just feel those energies around you. So you're gifting the earth with that also. Wow, that's pretty sweet. Thank you, John.
So sweet. Thank you. Well, what a beautiful call, as always. And just shows up in different ways. Can y'all feel it? I'm so curious what your experience was. And again, there's an opportunity to go deeper. The special offer, again, the link's in the chat box. Click on it now, or click on it on the page that you're watching the call from, and keep the tab open and explore it.
And I think the first call is actually on the 20th. So that's pretty soon up. There will be a replay for people who join later on those. But like I said, if they join later, John will just add another group call. So
Fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Karen. Such beautiful energies transmitting in this, just again, such beautiful attunements, vibrational accord, entrainment into the field. I don't have the words, y'all, and I'm typically do. Thank you for your embodiment and your playfulness with He-rith, and your service of guiding us back to that as well. So grateful for you, Karen. So
Thank you, John. Thank you so much, everyone.
And all of y'all on the call, so grateful for each and every one of you. Remember, everywhere you go, God goes there with you. I love you all. I look forward to seeing you on the next call.